Hey everybody, welcome back to A Taste of Manga. And tonight is a special one because it is a Patreon request from a good friend of mine and honestly longtime patron here on the channel, Warpbait. So whenever you're watching this, Warpbait, which because I know you will be, genuinely thank you for this one because I'm very excited to do this. But and also, if you would like to recommend me something, it is part of the Patreon rewards. I'll have a link to that down below in the description. And there's other cool stuff. There's a Discord and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's talk about tonight's manga, which I read. This is solely going to be based on Volume One. So if you know anything about the future of the story, you know, don't judge me for not knowing certain things. But we're talking about Black Torch, and I knew nothing about this manga going in. Uh, and aside from Warpbait recommended it, I actually don't really recall if he ever told me if he liked it or not, but here's hoping because I rather enjoyed this. This was very much up my alley. This is a actiony shonen type of thing with like supernatural aspects to it, with like these cool spy ninja guys. Um, like this the main character's name is Jiro, and he comes from this like lineage family thing of ninja, and but he's like it's like set in like modern day, and he's really not into like the like his historical aspects of his family and like the honor tradition stuff like that. He's a modern day kid, um, and people in his family seem to have the ability to talk to animals, and it's something he's been able to do since he was a little kid. Mostly he'll use it for like certain like hijinks and stuff like that, or just general like communication issues. At least so far, that like because animals can't talk to other humans. But it's kind of cool because it's almost like another superpower. Like he's not able to really control the animals, but there are times in the manga where he's able to get them to like help him out. Like there's this one scene where like they have to like escape from something. They're like being kept a prisoner, and he's able to like get out of the room, but then they're like, well, what are we gonna do? The guards are just gonna chase us. And Jiro has a cool idea, like I'm gonna have these crows help us out and just like peck at the guys and just like distract them. And would not have been able to do that if it wasn't for the ability to speak to animals. That's really cool. They haven't gone into all that much. It just seems to be something that I don't know if it's strictly like just his bloodline or something, but he's able to do it. Um, and there are also spirits in this world, I would call them like demons or something, I guess, but they call them mononoke in this one. So mononoke apparently take the form of people and animal alike, and are generally, from what I understand, evil beings and cause calamity in the world. They're way less common than they were back in the day because of certain forces that have either just combated them or straight taken them out. Um, Probably part of Jiro's family. But yeah, so it starts out with just the main guy Jiro and his grandfather who tries to like uphold certain traditions. Jiro doesn't really have it. There's a lot of like adult language in this manga, which I found really really funny. They swear, dude. They have like every swear in the book. Like everything you're not allowed to say in the radio, they say it in here. Everything that's gonna get you demonetized on YouTube, they say it in here. Including they dropped some c words in there. I was surprised. But he's kind of this like kind of like a punk kid with a nice side. He has an affinity for the animals and an affinity for just kind of returning the favor to people. He generally doesn't like when people are doing things for him and they're sort of unreciprocated. A genuinely likable guy, and he basically crosses paths with this black cat that you think is a black cat, but it is actually a strong Mononoke spirit in hiding for reasons sort of unknown. And So I don't want to spoil too much of it, but some like actiony shit goes down, and Jiro, the main character, gets involved in some of the cat's shit, and some fighting ensues, and this other evil Mononoke guy shows up, and in order to actually win the fight, the cat enters Jiro's body. They basically fuse, become one. They do the fusion dance, and they become one being. and he defeats the. Oh, I'm sorry. I might be jumping again. The cat defeats the dude, and to save Jiro's life, that's what it was. To save Jiro's life, he fuses with him. So it's kind of cool because it's this like demonic entity sort of taking pity on a human. Because the cat guy, isn't really that Rago, that's his name, isn't really, that fond of humans, it seems, or really fond of anybody in general. But he's incredibly, or at least was incredibly powerful at one point. Also along the way, there is this government agency group that goes back to also ninja days, to the Oni Waban days, which I think is an actual ninja thing in history, where they were a sect of ninjas that were basically became the government or something. They talk about it a little bit in the chat in the manga, but basically these guys become the Men in Black for Mononoke, for evil spirit things. The leader guy's kind of funny. He's a slacker. He was enjoying how much little business was happening, but now that this cat guy is, people know of his existence in this area, he's wow, things are going to become a lot harder. And there's also, arguably my favorite character in the manga, and the only other image that, I'm going to provide here is my girl Ichika. And we can guess why I rather like her as a character. She's a strong-willed spirit. She's they give you a little bit of a backstory. Just a hint. She had a mom that was killed by the demon guys, and vowed to be a strong spy ninja thing. These ninjas are more like spy. They don't act very ninja like. They're very out in the open and fighting you and stuff. But Ichika, instant waifu material in this manga. Had him from the get-go, but yeah, she's still genuinely a cool character. She's got that tsundere kind of attitude going on. And you can see how they're sort of setting it up for her to be with the main character. We get some cool action in this. There's some gore. Like I said, there's a lot of swearing. There's some intense moments, but they're rather quick. I will say none of the fights, it's early on fights, so they're fighting minion level demons and stuff, but all very short. There isn't a clear big antagonist as of yet. Again, I just read volume 1. But still, I rather enjoyed it. It gave me some cool Inuyasha vibes in a modern era. Gave me some Blue Exorcist type vibes if you are a fan of that manga or anime. And I don't know much about the future of this. I know I will definitely be checking out more of this. I don't know if I would necessarily buy it. I'm going to just check it out online because I've heard rumors that it got canceled at one point. I don't know how true that is, and I don't know exactly how far they got along. It seemingly got I believe at least into 15 or so chapters. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, if you guys have read Black Torch, let me know what you thought about it down below. This was definitely something I've been looking for, and I thank you so much, Warpbait. Definitely something very much up my alley. It's not, it's not gonna puzzle your brain a whole lot with, depth, but it's got some cool action. It's got a pretty girl. It's got, this likable main character. It's got cats. If you like cats, it's got cats. It's even got some doggos in one of the other chapters, and it's got some crows. We got a zoo in here. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have read Black Torch, let me know what you guys thought about it down below. If you'd like to join the Patreon, please do that as well. If you've it's been a while, I know, since you've seen me, and I apologize for that. I've been kind of busy lately. But as always, thank you to all of my patrons so much for supporting me, and thank you guys for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and do all those things that YouTube doesn't even bother to tell me about because notifications are bad. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.